Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get the latest updates.
GOQii is an Indian brand and like most consumer electronics brands makes or manufactures their gadgets in China. ThePrint today is taking a look at how good GOQii fitness trackers are and whether you should consider buying one. Since there is a lot of interest now about where a product is made, ThePrint also checked where GOQii devices are manufactured. So GOQii founder and chief executive Vishal Gondal said currently GOQii is designed and developed in India and manufactured in China. However, responding to the clarion call of Honorable PM Narendra Modi's atmanirbhar bharat, GOQii is committed to move manufacturing to India. These GOQii trackers are endorsed, by the way, by uber successful Bollywood actor Akshay Kumar. Akshay Kumar, by the way, is also endorsing a game called 4G. You may have heard of that. Developed by another venture, GOQii CEO Gondal has invested in. Now, back to fitness trackers and smartwatches. So, India's sales for these gadgets you wear on your wrist have grown in recent times. Research firm IDC's Jaypal Singh says basic watches, for example GOQii, grew by 7.1% in the second quarter of 2020, this year that is, compared to the same quarter last year, while the smartwatch category grew 31% year on year in 2019. It's been growing basically. GOQii head Gondal says, especially in these COVID times, GOQii is witnessing a 300% growth in device sales. The pandemic has brought to surface the importance of using wearable devices. Now, GOQii does not make smartwatches as yet. They have fitness trackers that look like a watch, kind of like this, right here. The difference is smartwatches can connect to third-party apps that allows you to answer calls from your watch, read emails, use WhatsApp. Basic watches can't do any of this. So here's a look at the two fitness trackers from GOQii. The first one is called Vital 3.0 and is priced just under 4,000 rupees. It has features like tracking footsteps, distance, calories burned, sleep tracking and measuring body temperature and blood pressure. This is how it is in the box. The straps come detached and needs to be fixed and is a bit of a struggle. It took me around 2.5 minutes, which is quite a while. The straps could be a little more classy and flexible, to be very honest. You have to charge the tracker, by the way, and here's how you do that. I charged it by plugging it to a computer. To do that, remove the strap with the connector part of the GOQii device. That is this part right here. And it should be fixed like this. You remove it and you plug this part into the computer. Here's what it was like wearing it and checking temperature. The temperature from this tracker was somewhat similar to two other readings of my body temperature taken less than 2 minutes of each other. None of the readings were exactly the same, but they were close enough. So you know this GOQii tracker is not very inaccurate. The other one was called Smart Vital and is priced just under 6,000 rupees and monitors body temperature, blood oxygen saturation, heart rate and blood pressure. It also analyzes sleep and fitness activity. You can also get notified about messages, calls, WhatsApps without looking at your phone. So my colleague, ThePrint reporter Mohana Basu, checked it out. It appears only one person can use the band at a time. The band comes with a scratch card with a code underneath it. You have to add the code into the GOQii app, which must be downloaded from the Google or Apple App Store. If you don't want to use the services on the app, then sure, any number of people can use the device. Inside the app, you can see an array of things. Health food you can buy, exercise courses, your own profile with your activity that the fitness tracker has gathered. This tracker comes with a larger screen and 3 options for straps in 3 different colors. But the straps on this are even thicker and bulkier. They're not very flexible. Fitting on the straps requires a bit of skill and nifty fingertips as well. So the big question, should you buy it? Here's what ThePrint reporter Mohana Basu had to say about her experience. Okay, so Mohana, tell me how you felt about this fitness tracker.
So this is the first time I've actually used a fitness tracker. So I found it a bit difficult to get used to the whole idea of having something on my wrist that was clunky and that was constantly vibrating. One of the problems that I faced was that initially it was difficult to sync with the phones. I think especially my phone is a Redmi Note 5, and it took some time to actually figure out how to sync it, and it took a while before I started actually getting the notifications on my phone. So that was one. In the one day that I used it, it did not actually correctly log my sleep data. And one thing I noticed is if I am, too enthusiastic with moving my hands around, it just keeps counting that as steps, which does not work well for me. I move my hands a lot when I talk. It does need some tweaking in terms of how it feels on your wrist. I know again it has a lot of functions, but it does need to feel more comfortable when you're wearing it rather than feeling like a heavy weight.
Is it the straps that bother you?
Yes, it's the straps. The straps are quite, it's very primitive. It just feels like one of the kids' digital watches that we used to wear in school.
For someone who wants to know what it's like to have a smartwatch but can't afford it, the more affordable fitness tracker is a good way to start. And then maybe you can graduate to a more advanced wearable like a smartwatch when you are able to afford it. Apple has smartwatches, by the way, starting around 21,000 rupees on monthly installment plans, for example. I will admit there is a sense of excitement and motivation to be a little more active when you have a band on your hand giving you nudges, telling you what your heart rate is and temperature is, and even showing you how many footsteps you have taken. But like all things that are not essential, no, you don't have to have a fitness tracker, and there is no guarantee you will be motivated to be active forever just because a gadget is nudging you. So have you thought of getting a fitness band to keep track of your temperature or your oxygen levels during this COVID pandemic? Has the fitness band helped you to become more active? What is your favorite fitness brand or smartwatch? Let us know in the comment section below. For ThePrint, this is Regina Mihindukulasuriya. Don't forget to subscribe to ThePrint's YouTube channel, and as always, keep tabs on us across all forms of social media.